2020 was a jungle. 2020 was a good example of when it rains, it pours. It was a gift that kept on giving. Oh my God. Oh my God. Welcome to my channel, everyone. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. If you're a repeat subscriber, a visitor, thanks for sticking with me. On this channel, we'll talk about fashion, beauty, and lifestyle. I dabble into, I talk about getting value out of the pieces in your wardrobe, talk about styling tips, talk about my life as a mom, and yeah, everything around fashion and getting stylish as a mom, as a new mom. So if you're interested in content like that, please stay on. Welcome to the family. Okay, so today's video, I wanted to talk about what we learned from 2020 that we would be taking into 2021. 2020 was an interesting year, and I know we've all experienced it. We all experienced it differently, but we all experienced something. And just before we write it off, because it's possible to write it off. For some people, they just want to write off 2020. 2020 was a jungle. Like, it was ridiculous. It kept trying to outdo itself. Like, this when it started in January with that plane crash, it just went downhill. Like, from one thing to another, it was just So before we write off 2020, I felt like 2020 was a year we all needed, because somehow we are all on the move. We're all moving, going, and we needed to stop at some point and inflect and reflect. And that was what 2020 did for us. Well, there was not much you could do aside from Netflix, binge watch Netflix and do YouTube. We all had time to actually think about life and think about what we're doing ourselves and how we could be better. So those lessons are the lessons I would like us to talk about today and see how we would be moving forward with that. So without further ado, let's get into that. So again, you know the drill. If you see me looking down, looking at my notes. So one of the first things I learned this year was about being intentional, about my feelings, my emotions, my value. We fought the war of Black Lives Matter in 2020. I think it brought so much awareness to, I'm going to talk about myself as a Black woman in a white country in Canada, and how in the workplace, how it's very difficult to show your value or to present your value, first of all, as a person, then as a Black woman, then as a woman, then eventually for you to be seen as who you are. So what I want us to focus on in 2021 is to be intentional about our value. This is not that I want to be seen as an intelligent woman, not as an intelligent Black woman. I want to be seen as a strong woman, not as a strong Black woman. Not the color. Put me at the same table that you put every other person. Don't make me sit there because I am a Black woman. No, I don't want to be that. I want to be intentional about my value. This is not the year for being grateful. I don't want to be grateful for the seat at the table that I earned. No. Because no other person is grateful there. But we've been taught to be grateful because we're Black. We've been taught to be grateful because we are women. We've been taught to be grateful because we're women in a male-dominated world. No, in an antiquated world like this, I don't want to be that. And so I want to be intentional about my value. So if I am coming to the table, I am at that table because I know what it takes to be at that table. I'm smart enough to be at that table. I'm smart enough as the other people on that table, both the men and the women. I want to be intentional about my value. So when you see me and hear me speak, I want you to be able to evaluate me based on my intelligence, not on my color or on my gender. I want to be intentional about my value. And I want to be able to speak that in 2021. I want to be able to do that. So that's something I want us to be able to. We fought a lot of wars this year. Like, if it's not Black on Black with NSAS, it's Black on white, or it's gender inequality. We fought a lot of wars this year, and we had time to do that. We had time to bring those awareness to place. So 2021 is for us to take our war, what we have learned from that, and move it forward into the next year. I don't know if that makes sense. So I want to be intentional about my value. I want to be intentional about my emotions. I'm intentional about my feelings. I don't have time for shit anymore. Like, no, if it's not working, it's not working. They call it vibes, they call it energy. But if the vibe is not working, it's not working. No time. Like, do we really have time? If we have learned nothing from this year, is that you don't have time. Nobody owns time. So I'm going to talk about time in a bit, but so no, I don't have time for shit. I don't have time to waste. I don't have time for frivolities. I don't have time trying to please people who would not see my value. I don't have time in this kind of antiquated world that we are, that people are still in 1999, and I'm trying to get you to see the world in a 2020 view lens, and I'm just, no, I don't have time. Use your time wisely. Your time is precious. We were taught this year that we should not procrastinate. Whatever it is that you have time to do it right now. Enjoy your now, because for goodness sake, life stopped this year. The government could take your time. God could take your time. Your neighbors could take your time. Like, you don't have time. So if you are in the now, enjoy it. That's something we don't have time to do, which is why I said 2020 was a very, very much needed year in our lives, because we're so drowned by the hustle culture, which is, oh, you have a car, get a bigger car. You have a house, get a bigger house. You have a phone, get a better phone. You have a this, get a better. Like, we always want to go, which is good. It's okay to be ambitious, but we don't have time to enjoy the now. You don't have time to actually enjoy your blessings. You're always praying for new blessings. And God, at some point, God will be like, dude, sis. Spending time with your loved ones, spending time with your family, spending time with your friends. Like, enjoy your now. Be grateful for your now. Be grateful for your blessings of the now. So I want to be very intentional about that in 2021. I want to, when they say take each day as it comes, literally, I want to be able to enjoy each day as it comes. And anything I want to do, I don't want to waste time doing it. It's sad because a lot of us would not have. Think about it. If you actually died in 2020, or if your life comes to an end in 2020, would you be able to stay on your deathbed and say, I enjoyed my life? A lot of us cannot do that though. We really cannot say, I enjoyed my life. No, because we were just on the run. I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to say I enjoyed some part of my life if I couldn't enjoy everything, but I want to be grateful for life. That means enjoying it. And there's nothing wrong with being ambitious. Please be ambitious. But while you're being ambitious, the goal is always today. The goal is not forward, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. The goal is today. So enjoy your today. Okay, the next one. Life comes at you, be expectant, which is what I just said. Like, a lot of things, we have to, what I have learned about, another thing I learned from 2020 is that I have to be prepared mentally, physically, emotionally, financially for a lot of things. We didn't expect what life came at with us today. So yeah, be expectant. Have some reserve funds for money. Have a place for have a mental shield that when things start getting crazy, you stop and just shield yourself from getting drowned into a mental dark hole that you won't be able to pull yourself out of. Make reasonable decisions that won't just spiral into bad decisions. So yes, life comes to you, be expectant, be ready. I know we can't plan for everything. We can plan for every shit that would happen, but there's some shit we should be able to know. There's some shit we should plan for. And that's the kind of shit I'm talking about right now in this video. Okay, set goals or not. Set goals or not, it's okay. Like I said, don't be drowned with the hustle culture. Like, what we have learned this year, do you know how many people who set goals this year they're unable to achieve? And if you're a very, very goal-oriented person, that fact is going to give you anxiety. For 2021, take it easy on yourself. If you have to set goals, that's fine. How about setting short-term goals? How about setting monthly goals instead of setting year-end goals? Because there's so much uncertainty. We don't even know at this point. We don't know. So don't give yourself a heart attack or high blood pressure by setting a goal that you don't even know if you'll be capable of fulfilling. I know there are sometimes you set goals and you don't know if you'll be able to fulfill them, but then you're setting them just as aspirations. And that's okay when everything was okay. But now everything is not okay and your life could just spiral out of shape. So if you want to set goals, how about do short-term ones? Societal pressures are always going to be there. Ignore it and do you. It's either get married or have more kids or build a bigger house or get a bigger house or whatever. It's always societal pressures are always going to be there. Ignore them and do you. If it's not getting married, it's having a kid. If it's not having one kid, it's having two kids. If it's not having two kids, having three kids. If it's not having three kids, buying a car. If it's not buying a car, it's building a house. If it's not building a house, there's always something. Like people are always feeling pressured to want to move up. People are always feeling pressured to want to do something because every other person is doing it. And the internet and social media has just ruined our evaluation of self-capacity. Like we just want to do because everybody's doing. We are being influenced and we want to influence. So please don't pressure yourself into doing a lot of shit. Like if you're not ready, don't do it. Ignore it. Like legit ignore it. It's always going to be there. It's always moving from one to another. So just ignore it and do you. Do what works for you. Do what makes you better. Ignore every other thing around, please. And also another thing I want to talk about is self-development. Now, if I have learned anything from this year is you have to take time to improve yourself. You have to take time to grow. Self-development, mentally, physically, everything, emotionally, financially, you have to take time to grow. One way, if you want to develop yourself, if you have to grow. You cannot be in the same place you have always been 5 years ago and you're just okay with the status quo. Things change. Life comes at you. Be expectant. Like things happen. Things change. You have to grow with the times. Make a goal for yourself. Now, this is something you would have to make a goal for yourself and tell yourself that by this time of the year, I want to improve myself in my career. I want to improve myself. I want to learn something. Not necessarily a new skill, please. And this is not a skill setting video. No, not necessarily a new skill, but I want to grow. I want to emotionally, I want to learn to communicate more. I want to learn to speak more. I want to learn to be able to be more assertive. Like I want to be more courageous. Self-development, grow yourself. Because if I've learned anything from this year is when everything stops, you just realize that you haven't done anything for yourself. You have been the same person you have been always. And because the way life keeps on going and going and going, you've been so busy, you've not had time to do anything for yourself while you're doing something for everyone else. And then what happens? So no, take time to develop yourself. Finally, no, maybe not finally. I don't know. I'll look at my notes. Enjoy your friends and your loved ones. And this goes alongside with what I said with enjoying time. We all need friends. Now, ignore the shit that tells you people don't need friends. That's just some self-asserting bullshit that people say. You all need friends. We all need friends. We all need to have someone in our corner. That person that you would laugh with and you would cry with and you would pray with and you would argue with. You need it for yourself, for your mental health, for your emotional health. And that your friend, it's okay if you have your husband as your friend, but you need somebody else. You need an external person. Somebody that you would talk to. Loneliness is a disease. Loneliness kills. It destroys your mental health and your self-esteem. We all need friends. Have someone in your corner or be that person in someone else's corner. But we all need that person or group of persons that we can count on and rely on when shit hits the fan. Because that's what this year was. And if you don't have somebody like that, it would be really tough for you to go through things. Having friends eases the pain. Talking through things eases the pain. So either be a friend or make a friend. We all need friends. Finally, guys, problem no dey finish. Yes. So in 2021, enjoy your life. Life is short. Life is ridiculously short. Enjoy your life. Enjoy yourself. Be proud of yourself. Be an ungrateful but grateful woman. You're only grateful to God. You are not grateful to anybody else. No. It's good to be appreciative, but you are not a grateful woman because you are at a table where you have earned. You are not a grateful woman because you are at a table where you're supposed to be. You earned your seat at that table. You are supposed to be at the same table where everybody is. So no, don't be told that, oh, you should be grateful to be here. Or no, don't devalue yourself so that other people would value you at a price lesser than what you're worth. No, we're not doing that in 2020. Be proud of yourself. Be proud of your achievements. Make noise about your achievements. You earned it. It's not bragging. And even if it's bragging, who cares? But you earned it. You cannot be ashamed of something you work hard to earn. Be yourself and be a proud person. Be proud of yourself. Your parents spent money on you, bitches. Like, be proud of yourself. All right. That's me. I'm talking too much. All right. Thank you all for watching this video. And this is just me ranting. This is me talking about what I would like to do with myself in 2021. And if you enjoy content like this, please do well to subscribe. I bring out videos weekly or twice a week. I'm restructuring that, but there's a video coming out every week. I don't know how it's going to be, but there's a video coming out weekly. So please to check out the other videos on my channel to get a vibe of this channel. And if you're interested in content like this, please subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. Happy New Year! Stay blessed, stay safe, and stay healthy.